Hey guys, thought I'd do a quick video here talking about my 2016 Hyundai Sonata, and the reason I bought this over the Toyota Prius, the Chevy Volt, and some other EVs, and rather than going full EV. Yeah, so I bought this car because I did a lot of research, and one, I wanted the space, so it's a pretty big car, got a lot of room, definitely room for five. Just had a baby, so got a baby seat back there. Um, and the Chevy Volt was just a little too small. Definitely a nice car, but I really wish this had the range of that car. But I needed the extra room. The one thing is the trunk. Not Trunk is not very big. Probably I think they said 10 cubic feet. Not that large, but I don't take too many road trips or need it too much. Plus, my wife has a SUV if we really do need anything to move that's large. But yeah, this car gets 27 miles electric and then moves to the hybrid. And they say it gets 39 combined. They don't give you the breakout for the city highway, but say 39 combined on the hybrid. I've been seeing more than that though, anywhere from 42 to 46 when I drive on the hybrid. So, the 27 miles, it's probably good for most commuters. My commute's pretty long, so I do go electric like one way, and then in the parking lot, sometimes I can charge fully and then I can go electric on the way back. But other times, they can't charge my car, so then I drive hybrid. But overall, I'm very satisfied with this car. It's not fast, but as a commuting car, very comfortable. Um, you know, it has some really cool features. Has the blind spot monitoring, has the lane departure warning, smart cruise control, has one cool thing, has like this driver's only uh, climate control system. So let's see if you can see that right there. So when you have that on, it shuts off all the other vents in the car, just except for the drivers. So saves a little bit on your the the tax. Saves a bit on the thing that you put onto the on the engine. Um, so one thing I've noticed though is, I mean, it's about 28 degrees, but my car sits in the garage, so it stays a little warm. So I don't have the heating on. I can pretty much go the whole way without the heat, but if the heat does come on, you do have to, when the heat does come on, it will turn on the engine. So I guess, it uses some of the heat and whatever from the engine. I'm not really sure. I guess this doesn't have a heat pump like some other full EVs. Um, it's all right. It does, reduce the range from the gas part a little bit, but if you're cold, you're cold. You have to do it. Um, but otherwise, yeah, if you don't have the heat on, it stays fully silent. No engine comes on at all. What's weird is even without the engine coming on, sometimes the gas does reduce, and like the gasoline range, like only by a couple miles. I'm not really sure. Maybe it is heating up the engine a little using the oil just so it doesn't freeze up or have any issues. Um, but yeah, this is I really definitely love going electric. I've always wanted to, but I don't know, just went for the fast cars. But now that I'm a husband and a dad, I had to definitely drive slower than normal, and I save a lot of money. I was spending 150 bucks a month just on gas, filling up, once, twice a week, and now I think I fill up once every month and a half or so. It depends on how much of the gas engine I use, but most of the time I try to plug in and drive electrically as much as possible. Plug in definitely every night, as much as possible at the parking lot at where I park for work, and also even for trips on the weekend, take it out, bring it home, plug it in. Um, As of right now, I don't have the 240 volt level 2 charger or EVSE installed. I'm having it installed as within a couple weeks. So I've been just charging it on 120 volt. Takes 8-9 hours, but overnight that's perfect. I get home, plug it in, more than enough time to fill it up for the next morning. So if your schedule permits, then definitely you could don't need the EVSC level 2. I'm gonna get it installed though, just because with it takes about 2.5 hours to charge. So if you're, let's say you go somewhere on the weekend and then you come home and then you want to go somewhere again, you can charge up in 2.5 hours versus waiting 9 hours and then using the gas engine. Plus, my dad does have a Leaf, so when they come over, charge their car up for them, and just so they have enough, like they can fill up their car while they're at my house. Also, I am on the waiting list for Model 3, so that will definitely need the level 2 charger. I was looking at a Bolt and everything, and still looking at it. Not sure if I'll get that in the meantime. Just lease it maybe for a couple of years, because who knows? Say Model 3 by the end of this year. I probably won't get it till early next year. Not sure yet, so we'll see about that. The only thing with the Bolt is it's very small. Um, Commuting purpose is great, but even in my wife's car, she has a BMW X1. You put the car seat there, the passenger seat definitely got to move it forward. It's a rear-facing child seat, so definitely got to move the seating forward a bit, the front passenger forward a bit. So I can only imagine what it is in a Bolt. I don't know. I have to check it out. Maybe there is more room than I think. But in this car, there's a ton of room. I mean, you can have the front passenger seat back, and there's still, more than enough room for the child seat. But yeah, I am definitely. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That's a lane departure warning. There's just another lane was merging into this one, so going from 3 to 2. But yeah, this doesn't have the active lane keep, which I have never used, but I heard it's pretty good. Doesn't have autopilot or anything, but smart cruise control, lane departure, blind spot. It's definitely good systems to have. Um, this it doesn't have what the new Honda CR-V has, which is it checks if you're distracted, like if you're falling asleep, how about the intention you have, so it can warn you about that. It doesn't have that, but it does have a lot of other great features. Auto headlights. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, and it does have this eco drive mode. Doesn't have, like, the regular Sonata can go in sport, eco, and normal. This only goes normal and eco. Eco is definitely slower, but you do get the better gas mileage and whatever. So one other thing I want to discuss is every review I've heard about this car says great car, has a lot of great features, but they recommend you just go with the hybrid, because once you use up to 27 miles, then it moves to hybrid form, and it gets less mileage than the regular hybrid, because it has like a 300-pound additional weight because of the battery. It has a 9.8 kilowatt battery, I believe, versus like a 1.6. And the hybrid does have more trunk room as well, about 3 or 4 extra cubic feet. So that is another thing to consider. But the reason I went with this car is because if you are using the electric a lot, you even if you mix in, I mean, you can go fully electric if your commute allows for it, and not have to use the gas engine at all. I mean, I, you know, if I didn't commute this way, I could probably just not use the gas engine at all, and that would save even more money than my $30 or $40 fill up every month that I have. The other part is that this car, after the tax credit, is about the same price or less than the hybrid, depending on whatever price. Like, I went for the limited model, so it was a little higher. I think forget how much I paid. It was like 38,000, 37,000. I mean that's with taxes and dock fees and everything. Um, but I get a $5,000 tax credit back, so it comes out to 32,000 or so. Um, that would be less than the price, or similarly priced, if I just got the regular gas model with the limited and all the features, all the packages, or if I went with the hybrid and got the limited hybrid model. And here I'm saving with the extra gas. Like even if I do use the gas on the way home, I'm still seeing, sometimes depending on how much gas versus electric you use, sometimes 70 to 80 miles per gallon versus the hybrid, which is, I believe it gets 41 combined. So definitely was worth it for me, because if you can get that tax credit, it comes out to the same price or even lower. Plus, you get the additional gas savings. So I don't really understand why most of these auto sites are saying go with the hybrid, because the additional money isn't, you're not going to see it. And yes, I agree. If this car didn't have the tax credit, 5 extra grand, I mean, you would take, versus over the hybrid, it would, I don't even know. I would have to do the calculations, but probably 15 years to get back, which probably not going to keep the car 15 years. I intend to keep this car for a while. I usually lease my car, so I like to get a new car every 3 years or so. But family and all, and I'm just gonna keep this car for a while. I'm gonna get the Model 3 as well. Maybe give that to my wife, or maybe I'll give this to her and drive that one. Um, and with the Leaf, I had considered it going full EV, but I wasn't sure the Leaf with the 107-mile range or whatever it gives you. In the cold, this definitely gets less mileage, and same thing with the Leaf. I know, because my dad says he has to charge a lot more during the winter months, and we just got the Leaf too, and we got it last summer, and there's definitely a big difference. So I wasn't sure if with traffic and cold weather, if the 107 would be enough for me. I mean, it probably would, but I didn't want to be left stranded on the road for any reason. What if I had to make another stop somewhere? I didn't want to take that chance. So for now, I got the plug-in hybrid. Do definitely wish I had a full EV, but just need a longer range. 150 miles would have been perfect for me. But obviously, the more range, the better. Um, so there's that new Hyundai Ioniq, I believe, coming out. I think it has 125. I think that would be good for me. Um, the only other thing is, like, if you're going to take a road trip, like I said, I don't take too many road trips. But with 125-mile range car, I mean, even the Bolt at 238. The problem is if you're taking on a road trip, like I'm in New Jersey, if we're gonna go down to Florida, where are the chargers? You really have to plan it out. With a Tesla, you don't have to plan it out. You have to plan out where you were going to stop for the charger, but they have the supercharger network. I mean, it is a game changer in the sense of you can go wherever. They're very reliable. Excuse me. They're very reliable. Um, Chargers are always working. There might be lines at some locations, but that's why they introduced the fees. But in terms of reliability, I've heard a lot of public chargers sometimes aren't even working, especially the um, fast, like the DC ones, which you're not going to wait like 3 hours at a location to charge up this car, 2.5, whatever. It's it's crazy. Like you want to charge up in 30 minutes at most and go. So Tesla definitely has it. I mean, I would have definitely loved to have got a Model S and Model X, maybe a Model X, because I could use the extra room with the kid and all. But just too expensive right now. Got a lot of their bills, so I'm really looking forward to the Model 3. And yeah, I'll definitely do more videos and talk more about this car. Let me know if there's any questions. I'd love to answer them. But you know, you see gas cars everywhere, but definitely starting to see more hybrids, even some plug-in hybrids, um, and definitely more EVs everywhere. There's a lot of Teslas around here. Um, and I just think it's the way to go. I mean, driving electric, completely different than the gas. Like when this car is on electric, it's smooth. It feels like you're driving on a cloud. It's fast, a lot of torque, because 100% torque right from the right from zero, and it just feels faster. When it goes to the gas engine, you can definitely feel it's got a little bit of a lag to it. Not like not turbo lag, but just it's like takes a little while to accelerate. So, all right, I will definitely look to do some more videos, and let me know if you have any questions. See you later.